Hey, good morning. I'm on my morning walk and trying to do this on the regular. And something I was pondering on this morning, found myself reflecting in Psalm 37 today. It's one of my favorite chapters. I don't know if it's because the one that opens up automatically when I open up my Bible, and I always fall into that psalm, but it's grown on me over the years. And so there's this scripture in Psalm 37 that I've always loved, and it says that the steps of a man are ordered by the Lord, and even though he falls, he will not be utterly cast down, because the Lord upholds him with his hands. And I've seen the young, and now I'm old, and I've never seen the righteous forsaken, or something like that. And I really like that. And that was kind of one of the scriptures that became a life verse for me. But briefly, what I want to touch on is, I think that can be like part of the biggest struggle, because it's like we know from scriptures like that the Lord orders our steps, and He'll always be faithful to keep us even when we fall and things get jacked. And I've seen Him do that in my life. But sometimes we go through such difficult things in life, whether it's maybe it's a divorce, or someone you love getting sick and dying, or all kinds of crappy stuff, man. And we say, how could the Lord order our steps in such a way like this? I thought that's not how this is supposed to work. And because of that, because people try to understand things that sometimes we cannot understand, they check out, and they're like, yo, I can't do this. I don't believe, I can't reconcile this. And I guess that's the launch pad for this Insta, is I think that's an honest question, but it's one that needs to be wrestled through a little more. And one thing I want to piggyback on with that is Jesus. In Psalm 22, we see Christ in His greatest place of suffering say, God, my God, why have you forsaken me? Why have you forsaken me? And I think we feel that way, man. People don't need to worry about those feelings and hash out that stuff when life is good, life is normal. But when everything hits the fan, you're going to think like that. Maybe you already are, but you're in good company. Even Jesus Christ felt that way. And, I've heard preachings and people theologically wrestle and explain what that was, because He bore all our sin, the Father turned away. Very possibly so. I don't know. But what I can tell you is that Jesus felt forsaken in His moments of suffering. And you can too, and I can too. And that feeling, that sense, is a real feeling. But God is still good. And so our job as Christians is not to always have the answers of why, because I promise you, you will not. And I don't have the answers, man, for so many things. And that used to keep me pretty locked up and jaded inside my soul. And but the freedom and the healing and the progress and the character development and growth as a Christian comes from saying, I don't get it, I don't understand it, but I will press on. And so that's my word for today. Press on. If you feel forsaken, I do believe this will pass. Resurrection's on the other side. Healing, freedom, something is going to change and shift. It might be years from now. And you may never know, dude. You may never know. But I do believe God is faithful, even in the middle of all those questions. So just want to encourage you with that today. And I'm going to get back to the quiet of my walk.